Hello from Spain! David and I are wrapping up our European Graduate Preaching Fellowship adventure. And I wanted to make sure and take a couple of minutes and talk to you about our time in Greece. Even though we've been to 11 countries and done work with refugees in 6 of them, Greece hit me particularly hard. I think because the situation in Greece is so desperate. And because we had the opportunity to talk with missionaries in 2 very different ministries who were honest with us. Things in Greece are desperate. They're guessing that due to government inadequacies, there's at least 60,000 refugees stuck in Athens. They've arrived and they're not allowed to leave. And while they're there, there is absolutely no help or support for them. So, what some ministries are doing are greeting folks as they walk off the boats and sticking tracts, little pamphlets about Jesus and little Bibles into their hands. Another ministry is incredibly critical of this. Those Bibles are often trashed on the ground because what they're really desperate for is a hug, is a place to sleep, is a piece of paper that says they're legitimate, is food and milk for their children. So the work in Greece is two-handed. And as Lutherans, I feel like we're really good at saying both and. We've been doing it for a long time. Folks need bread and to eat and water to drink, but they also need the Word of God and Jesus, who is our living water. They need both. We need to be both physically and spiritually fed. So working with 2 really great ministries in Greece, we learned that although the situation is incredibly desperate, there is hope for the future. One ministry specifically is working with Arabic-speaking refugees. She's giving them food, clothing, shelter, and really advocating with the Greek government to get them some sort of legitimacy so they do not have to rely on charity while they're waiting. Unfortunately, though, her funds are incredibly limited. A second ministry we worked with is helping feed at least 200 refugees a day. They're also helping with laundry and clothing and connecting to other social services. That group is mainly working with Farsi-speaking immigrants who are desperate to hear the gospel and who've immigrated for a chance to worship freely. Our time in Greece was difficult because it turns out that they don't really need me to tell their stories. They don't really need me to pray for them. What they really need is for Americans to send money and to pressure our government to do things differently. They're literally caught up in a system that treats them like numbers instead of people. So at this point, what I can do is continue to share their stories on this blog and in person. The stories of people, not numbers. Yes, there are millions of refugees around the world and tens of thousands of them stuck in many, many countries. And what they're really begging for is to be seen, to be heard, to be understood, and to be treated as people. And we can do that. That's what the Graduate Preaching Fellowship is all about. Thank you so much for following our journey. Thank you so much for supporting the work of refugees. And if you're interested, please invite me to come and talk with your church, your school, your community organization, share some stories, and share some practical ways that we can help refugees all around the world. See you soon. Bye.